name is Colleen of Rebel Stitcher Designs, and today I'm joined by two handsome gentlemen. The first one is Mr. Findlay. It's been a while since you guys have seen the pup, so I wanted to share him. And you can kind of see in the corner here is my shy gentleman. This is Boris, the reformed boy who's a perfect angel now. So Boris and Findlay are here with me, and hopefully they won't distract me too much. This is FlossTube number 123, and this FlossTube is going to be a slightly different format. I'm going to save all my personal stitching, haul, stitchy kindness, all that kind of stuff for another episode, because I'm basically just going to focus on business at hand, new releases, things that are coming up that are exciting, and just, you know, I want to get that out there so I could share my new releases with you. I'm so excited. Hey Chubs. Okay, Needlework Marketplace is coming up. It's an online, I've participated in it for a few years now. It's an online wholesale show. So it's just like Market, where everybody goes to Nashville in the spring in person. It's the same sort of format, except it's all online, which is fun because a lot of international designers and makers and shops participate, and it's a little easier on everybody to not have to travel. So I have a lot of new releases that are going to be coming out at Needlework Marketplace, which happens at the end of August. So I wanted to show you what I have coming up. I'm super excited about a lot of the designs. As you could imagine, the political, if you've been here for a while and you know me, the political climate has got me down a little bit. So I really tried to lean into my happy place, which is Halloween. So all of my, I just realized I forgot one of my new releases I didn't pull it over here to show you, so I'm gonna have to pause it in a minute to show it to you. But all my new releases are Halloween or autumnal themed, except for one. I do have a new snarky sampler. So let me do all the Halloween goodies first, and then I will pause it and jump and go track down that one last new release. Okay, so I love all my babies and children, but sometimes you have that like special kid that you just love, and that's this one. The first new release is called Yikes, and look at this guy. Is he not amazing? He might have dog hair on him, but I just love, don't get any ideas, boys. I just love this. So this is based on old vintage black cat motifs. It's a lot of times back in the day they were like clackers, and it was like a circle with a stick, and it had like a string with like a bead, and you'd twist it back and forth and it would make like a noise maker sort of thing. It's kind of is what I was inspired by with this, and I love the circular piece to it. The circular shape of it. And so I asked Jan, my friend, who does 90% of all my finishing, if she could finish it in a circle, because I had an idea. And she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So she did this for me, and she put this great black Halloween fabric on the back, because I said I want to make these Halloween pins and put them in on the sides. So if you could see it, they're like black jack-o'-lantern pins, and she finished the edge with like rickrack, and so that was really easy for me to figure out an even spacing of, you know, just on every swoop of the rickrack I put a pin in. So I made the pins. Jan did all of this, and I stuck them in. I also beaded this hanging area just to keep it on theme, and I just am so obsessed with this. This is on 20 count Aztec by Fiber on a Whim, so it's stitched with one strand. Let me pull the chart out so I can give you all the details. Let's see, it's 143 by 138 stitches. The model stitcher is Jennifer Gorski. She did an amazing job. And the black on that is Cottage Garden Threads Felix. And then there's some green, dark green stars and a little shading on the cat, which is Cottage Garden Threads Balsam Fir. And then there's just some highlights, which is DMC B5200, and the orange in the eyes and the mouth is Gentle Arts Carrot. So it's just a few floss. You can do the whole cat in one skein of Felix if you're doing one strand. And I am just obsessed with this piece. I'm obsessed with this finish. I want to figure out more ways to finish things and make funky pins like this for it. I was thinking maybe putting on my website kits with the, not the ingredients, the supplies to make pins like that if you want or interested in finishing like this. Put a comment down and let me know if you guys think that would be a good idea. But anyway, it's called Yikes because he's scared. Something freaked him out. And I love this piece and I hope you guys do too. I'm gonna move this one over here. Ooh, where's that gonna be a safe spot? Okay. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna go get that one missing model, track it down in my office, and then be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? The next model is called Jeepers Creepers, and this is the design. It is stitched on 20 count Spicy Mustard by Fiber on a Whim, and it has a bat border on the top and bottom, and 3 skeletons that are dancing the night away, and one of them's having so much fun he lost his head over it, and just 2 little jack-o'-lanterns there. So this is Jeepers Creepers. Let me give you the details on this. Like I said, it was on Spicy Mustard, and it's 143 by 77 inches. And the floss is the bats. The black is Gentle Arts Espresso Bean. The white of the skeletons is DMC B5200. There's little yellow stars, you know, little highlights in there, and the yellow in the jack-o'-lanterns, and that is Gentle Arts Harvest Moon. The green stems is Gentle Arts Spring Grass, and the pumpkin orange is Classic Colorworks Embers. So this is just another fun Halloween pillow. I try my best to do patterns where they have borders that don't connect, because if you oops, nobody will know. And Jan finished this with this fun jack-o'-lantern fabric on the back. Super fun. Again, this will be released at Needlework Marketplace, and it's called Jeepers Creepers. Okay. My next Halloween piece. Oh, and if I don't say who the model stitcher is, most likely it's because I did it. I don't list myself as a model stitcher. Okay, so this one is called Smell My Feet. And this is, you know, inspired by the little chant little kids say when they go trick-or-treating: trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. And this is just a Halloween, but it's like brighter colors. It's not so somber with the candy. This is 109 by 63 stitches is the size, and this is on 40 count Ancient Ruin by Fox and Rabbit. you know, the font is just like a fun little funky font, and you can see the candy. And these are old, based on old vintage paper mache Halloween buckets, which if you find now would cost an arm and a leg if you collect Halloween items. But the model stitcher for this is my friend Caitlin Britwam from Stitch, Read, and Repeat is her FlossTube. And Jan just has this fun, look, she even quilts the back. I mean, she's just so awesome. This is fun fabric on the back. So that is Smell My Feet. And if you did it on a bigger fabric, obviously it would be bigger, but models, when they're smaller, are easier to store and take less material to finish and stuff. So I tend to do things on smaller count, you know, or higher count, I guess I should say, fabric. Okay, the next thing is a booklet that I did that contains 7 designs called Spooky Smalls. And these were all done on broomgrass fabric from Needle Bling Design, and some of it is Aida, some of it is linen, but I wanted to show, as an Aida stitcher myself, I always make an effort to try to show things on both ways, linen and Aida, just to be inclusive, I guess. And so it's 18 count Aida or 36 count linen, broomgrass by Needle Bling. But you can put on whatever fabric you like. But let me show you. Oops, I dropped one. Bear with me. Hold, please. Okay. This is how I have them displayed, which doesn't lend itself well to this camera situation. Hold on. So I'm going to take it out of here and show you each one. This little thing is kind of interesting. I'll show it to you what these are stored or shown on to take the pictures. I found this at like a thrift store a long time ago. And this is an egg holder. So you put eggs in here, and I guess hard-boiled. I'm not really sure. But I saw this and I was like, this would be a perfect like thing to display smalls. So I just took like a cloth napkins and kind of put it in here so they don't fall through. And that's how I did it. But since I'm not at a table, it's too hard to show you. So I'm just going to show you all the designs one by one. And so this is a fun little booklet with, you know, a bunch of pages in it. And so this one is All Hallows Eve. And this one was model stitched by my friend Justine of X's and Hoes. And Jan just has this fun fabric. I love the way she finished this. And if you hear me say Jan all the time, it's my friend Jan Calvert. She has a finishing little business called Finish the Stitch on Instagram. This one is just the cutest little cat, and he is balanced up. I don't remember what I called him. Hold on. Balancing act. Whew. So he's just this little cat on this like wonky pile of jack-o'-lanterns, and this is model stitched by Jackie, also of X's and Hoes, making her model stitching debut, her first model stitch. This I believe I called Halloween Town. And everything in this booklet uses the same palette of floss, so I will show you that as well. This is one of the ones on Aida. Just a spooky Halloween town. This one is called Foggy Night. This This one was stitched by Stephanie Familia. She does a lot of my model stitching because she's like lightning fast needle. Stephanie also did this one. Super fun witch with a moon and a bat. Which is called Midnight Ride. This one, Justine model stitched, and I believe I called this one Poison Plants. But I love Halloween plants that have faces, like that anthropomorphic, is that the right word? I just love that. So it's kind of like a bud, but a skull, and the little pattern on the urn there. And then this is the last one, October 31st, just a simple, you'll have this fun fabric on the back. You see that? It's October 31st. So they make a really nice little grouping because they all use the same palette. It's all Gentle Arts, black licorice, orange marmalade, purple iris, and grape leaf. So it's an orange, a yellow, a green, a black, and a purple, and is all that's used for this. And it's a booklet with a few pages, and I just think it's great for smalls or like a dough bowl or to make a display because they, you know, they're not matchy match, but they all kind of have the same, you know, feel. My next piece is called Ode to Autumn, and so Pirate and Robin Floss has two colors that are debuting during Needlework Marketplace, and let me refresh my memory what they're called. Hearth and Harvest Gold are the two, and they're highly variegated, and a few designers were asked to create patterns using that new floss. So this was my contribution. It's called Ode to Autumn, and this is on Gray Spinel by Fiber on a Whim, 20 counts. This is stitched with one strand of floss. The stitch count is 108 by 86 stitches. And like I said, I wish I had an extra skein of floss to show you what it looked like, but I don't because I model stitched this and I'm a maniac. But the floss is very highly variegated. So I kind of decided where I wanted to start depending on certain things. So like I wanted the acorns here in the middle, and I apologize, my hands are really gross. I wanted the acorns at the bottom to have that brown. So whenever I got to brown, I'd move over and work on the acorn. And you know, you can kind of, if you use that floss, no two will be exactly alike because depending on how the variegation comes out. In addition to those two new colors of Pirate and Robin floss, I also added Pickle and Violet. This is the Pickle and that's the Violet. So there are two turkeys in here, jive turkeys if you will, and just an autumnal theme. That's Finley doing that. Hey, that's enough. I made the border on when I was designing it, and I don't know if you could see, like, it's not the same on this side as this side. Like I did the top with, let's say, this one, and then I did the bottom with this border, and I couldn't decide which one I liked better. So I just incorporated them both. So Jan finished this with this nice felt. This is a felt back and just this nice little edging. I specifically designed these turkeys for my friend Justine, so she'd shut up about me designing turkeys for her. But hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and you'll give Pirate and Robin Floss a try, because they are super fun floss, and oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. So this might be a good way for you to try some floss with a pattern. So that's my last of my Halloween and autumnal pieces. Like I said, I have one snarky sampler, is what I'll call it. I love to do samplers, but with a twist. And so this is a red sampler, and it's called Spite and Caffeine. And let me show it to you. And let me explain my inspiration behind this. A while ago, I had read an article about octopi, and scientists have had several instances documented, I guess during documentaries or studying them, where a fish will swim by and they'll punch them. An octopus will punch a fish for no reason. They don't eat the fish. They're not hunting them. They have no idea, the scientists have no idea why the octopus punches the fish other than out of spite. So they think it's kind of interesting that other than humans, the octopus is one of the animals that do things just to be spiteful. So that fascinated me. I loved it. I mean, octopi are so smart and fascinating to begin with. Their anatomy is so bizarre, and they're fascinating creatures. So anyway, that was the kernel of inspiration for this chart. So this says surviving on spite and caffeine. And so up top is an octopus punching a fish, and we've got some trees. This is coffee mugs, and this is coffee beans, and at the bottom is teapots. And as I was doing the teapots, they seemed a little plain, so I kind of embellished, and if you could see, it says fuck this. Now if you don't want it to say fuck this, just fill it in all the way and ignore that negative space that I designed out. But that's really the way I've been feeling lately in the current climate. So I sent this to Jan to finish, and she made it a pillow, and I said, finish it however you would if a fancy sampler lady gave you this. So she put this, I don't even know, like this, I don't even know what it's called. Some sort of yarn ruching kind of situation. And then this fabric on the back that matches the floss. The floss is Hugs and Kisses by Cottage Garden Threads. Stephanie Familia model stitched this for me, and she was able to stitch it all with one skein of Hugs and Kisses. However, there was not much left. It was kind of funny. I kept it to show you, and of course I can't find it. But it is 191 by 91 stitches. The model is on 40 count white mustard, I think. Yes, white mustard by Extrude Design. And again, one floss, red sampler, just not, your grandmother's red sampler. But yeah, Spite and Caffeine. I did forget to mention, and I did forget to bring it out here, but Yikes, my favorite cat, I have a needle minder coming out that is circular and looks just like this, just without the button, the pins. So I didn't grab it to show you, but also there will be a new needle minder to accompany this that is coming out at Needlework Marketplace, if you are so inclined. Okay, 2 other pieces of shop news, and then I'll let you go. I mean, you could go whenever you want, but just letting you know. So I have a bi-monthly floss club with Cottage Garden Threads, and it just mailed out. And inside it, there was a note that that's going to be the last mailing for Cottage Garden Thread Club for this point. I will still continue to carry their floss. It'll still be on my website, but with the uncertainty of international shipping, prices going up, tariffs for international orders, it's just a mess, and it's not Cottage Garden Floss's fault, but this is the last one I'm gonna do, but I have a new floss club to replace it. So everybody gets a sticker and the floss. So this is the palette: dragonfly, grasshopper, butterfly, and cocoon. So sometimes I would do these thematically that are like a color or like a mood, but this was all, you know, insect related. So that was the last one. Thank you everybody who has done it in the club. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, I will still have the floss available, but the every other month situation is just getting a little too much to deal with. But if you are, hold on one second, somebody's trying to text me. Sorry about that. Nicole and my son Walker are down at the little cottage in Delaware that we are restoring, and apparently they ordered DoorDash and the driver couldn't find the place, so they were calling me. Sorry about that. But anyway, we were discussing floss clubs, and I wanted to say, if you still would like to join or like to have floss mailed to you from me every month, I have a new option, Pirate and Robin Floss. You've heard me talk about it before. I've started a Floss of the Month club, so this will be monthly, and the first shipment went out, and I can show you what the first shipment was. The next installment will be in August, and so this is raisin, this is watermelon, and this is pomegranate. So super gorgeous red floss, and these are 10-yard skeins, so it's the same amount cotton as Cottage Garden floss, but I will not have, hopefully, the same issues because this is made by a very talented dyer out in Oregon. So we won't have the same international hiccups that are going on with this crazy world right now. So if you would like to get in on the Floss of the Month club, shoot me an email. I'm not sure if I could fit you in for the August mailing, but I could definitely do it for the month after that. It all depends on how it shakes out numbers wise. But that's all my new releases. I thank you for watching, and hopefully you like some of the designs that I showed you. Reach out to your online needlework shop or your brick and mortar needlework shop, because chances are they will be shopping Needlework Marketplace, and tell them, hey, pick me up a copy of this. Oh, one more little bit of business I wanted to mention is Jody and Kristen of Steel City Stitchers have made the announcement, but I just wanted to let people know as well that this year at their retreat, the Steel City Stitchers retreat in Pittsburgh, myself and my friend Jen, who owns Floss and Flame in Dover, Delaware, we will be working, or we will be facilitating the shopping portion of the retreat. She will bring stuff from her shop, I will bring stuff from my online shop, and we will also bring lots of really fun trunk shows from designers and makers straight from market. So I know the Steel City Stitchers have put out, I think in a day or so, their wait list opens up. So if I can figure it out, I will put a link about that information below. But I just wanted to let everybody know I will be there, and that is after market in the spring. So we have plenty of time, but you know, people like to plan their schedules and you want to get a spot before they sell out. So I just wanted to mention that that I will be helping to facilitate the shopping portion of Steel City Stitchers. And one last thing, go New York Liberty. They play a big game tonight. Wish them luck. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.